Redhawks sealing the deal. Huge win for them. So the FCAT crew, thank you all for joining us tonight. It's boys basketball. Frontier strikes right back. Dredge takes a three in the corner. 3 threes in a row for the Redhawks. Pulls the three. What a shot! Oh my God!
Look at that!
And you can kiss that goodbye!
That's the game.
This is exactly how the JV game was going.
This evening, live from West Springfield High School, it's the 2026 MIAA Girls Division IV Final Four. The #1 seeded Frontier Redhawks taking on the 4th seeded Woolies from Millburry High School. Jeff Terrell and Sean Hubert here in West Springfield. It is great to have you with us tonight. The Frontier Redhawks are that close to playing for a state championship. 32 minutes or perhaps more might be needed tonight to punch their ticket to this weekend's championship game. Sean, this is getting exciting. The Redhawks with a dream season. They have blitzed through the tournament, got pushed a little bit against Tingsboro in their round of 8 matchup the other night down in South Deerfield, a game that was tied at the end of one quarter, and they only led by 2 at halftime, but thoroughly dominant in the second half, and they admitted to the Final Four, and here comes Millburry High School.
Well, again, we knew that this was going to get exponentially more difficult as the rounds moved on, and the thing that I'm looking at is, so that Tohoto team came in as the 17 seed. They were 20-2 overall, but their opponent rating for the rankings for this tournament was a minus 3.51, which isn't very good. To put that into perspective, Frontiers was 3.05, so they were in the negative, Frontier in the positive. Now Tingsboro came along, and they had a good record, 13-7 regular season. Their rating was 1.17, so that's their strength of schedule, the teams that they played against. Now you take a look at this round where they reach Millburry in the 4 seed. Their strength of schedule was a 3.64, so their strength of schedule more difficult than the Redhawks. The only reason that the Redhawks are the 1 and Millburry are the 4 is the average margin of victory. So the Redhawks went ahead and they beat their teams by an average of 4.5 points per game. When you look at Millburry, theirs stands at a 2.2. But that kind of makes sense because their schedule was a little bit more difficult.
The Woolies coming in with a 17-6 overall record here, and the Redhawks 20-3 during the 2025-2026 basketball season. Now the winner of this team will play the winner of #2 Millis versus #3 South Hadley. That game is happening right now as we speak. It was a 5 o'clock tip-off at Worcester State University. So barring a double or triple overtime game, that game will go final while we're still on the air here, Sean. So we'll find out who will be that side of the bracket's representative in the state final this weekend. Now, when will that be? Well, it'll be either Friday evening, some point on Saturday, or some point on Sunday. It's 3 days of championship basketball at the Tsongas Center at UMass Lowell in Lowell. It'll all get decided after all of these Final Four games conclude tonight. This is the last night of Final Four activity, and the MIAA then will set everything up, the schedule for championship weekend. The question is, will the Frontier Redhawks be there? We awfully hope so, but they're going to need a supreme effort here this evening.
Now, again, you bring up South Hadley, and if you haven't paid too much attention to the Redhawks' regular season and these playoffs, again, you said they were 20-3. They lost their very first game of the season to Northampton. They lost it convincingly, too, by 24 points, but they went on a 10-game winning streak, which included an 85-8 win against Munson High School. I don't know what Munson ever did to Dave Hastings, but they went off, and that was in their 10-game winning streak. Their next loss came to Pittsfield High School. That was a 2-point loss in overtime, 55-53. Now, they went on a 7-game winning streak, and that next loss came to South Hadley High School. They had beaten South Hadley during the 7-game winning streak, but they lost that game. We were there for that night, 62-60. So 2 2-point losses on this season. 2 out of their 3 losses came by only 2 points, and one of those 3 losses came to that South Hadley team who they had beaten earlier in the season, a rematch against South Hadley. Now, we don't know an awful lot about Millis, But I'd love to see South Hadley Frontier in that final if the girls can get by this one tonight.
Well, when we talk about the Frontier Red Hawks, I mean, we know the names by now. They've had great seasons, great careers. Addie Harrington, Whitney Campbell, who was phenomenal in that victory the other night. She was the biggest reason why they got here. Skylar Steele, of course. Abby Schreiber making her contributions off the bench. And, of course, Harper Modesto down low. They have everything you need for a championship team. Now, Millburry, they have a starting five of Avery Richards. That's the point guard. Only a freshman, handles the ball. She's very quick. Has a good outside shot as well. Raina Horton is one of the seniors on this team. Very skilled player. Riley Karen. You've got Mila Nikiforo, and she's their leading scorer. She had a big effort against Cohasset to get them here to the Final Four. She's a senior. Scored 10 of her 13 points in the first quarter of that victory over number 12 Cohasset. Millbury won that one 46-31. And they get out to a big 14-3 lead over Cohasset, and the Clippers never able to get back into the matchup there. Senior Brielle Brothers, 11 points in that one, and she had key three-pointers in the second quarter and then hit a big shot in the fourth quarter when Cohasset was trying to work their way back into the game, but Millbury won that one by 15 points to make it here to the Final Four. Again, they come in as the number 4 seed under their veteran coach, Steve Reno, taking on Dave Reno and Dave Hastings and the Frontier Redhawks. Dave Reno plays a role in tonight's game in terms of being our studio producer. I'm going to have our studio producer now hit the music because we're going to cut the break. When we come back, introduction of tonight's starting lineups and the opening tip-off. The winner goes to championship weekend in Lowell. Tip-off is coming up live on Bear Country 95.3. Red Hawks is a quarter century and change in the making. We have to go back to the year 2000. The last time Frontier had a crack at here, and they made it to the Final Four. Now 26 years later, here they are trying to make it all the way here. Now we already have high drama here, Sean. The shot clock off to our left is not in operation right now. The athletic director here at West Springfield High School, Glenn Dillette, formerly worked at Turner's Falls High School, and he's on the case right now trying to get that situated because that needs to get fixed before we tip off here.
Yeah, you have to wonder, again, the team going in that direction would be without that information as far as how much time they have. And shot clock on the right side working fine. Glenn working hard on the left side trying to get that thing going.
We're set to the floor right now for the introduction of tonight's starting lineup. Our colleague George Miller at the mic. And you hear the roar of the crowd. You hear in the background the Frontier Red Hawk Nation.
Participating student athletes, coaches, and contest officials have worked diligently to prepare for today's competition. So please show your appreciation by demonstrating good sportsmanship and respect for all in attendance today. Ensure that your behavior reflects the values that should be identified with these student athletes. Assume responsibility for your own behavior and the behavior of those around you. Any verbal, written, or physical conduct related to race, gender, ethnicity, disability, sexual orientation, or religion shall not be tolerated. You could subject the violator to ejection and may result in penalties assessed against your team. Thank you. We appreciate your cooperation. If you require any assistance, please call upon an MIAA, school, or security official. Our great nation has persevered through the leadership and sacrifices of men and women who have served or are currently serving in our armed forces. If there are veterans, active or retired military personnel in attendance with us this evening, we invite you now to please stand and be recognized. And we thank you for your service to our country. Let's meet our Girls Division 4 state semifinalists. We'll begin with our designated visiting team in the room with gold and white. The number 4 seed in Division 4, the record is 17-6, the Millburry Bullies. Millburry is making its 8th all-time appearance in the state semifinals looking to head to the state championship for what would be the 6th time in school history and the first since 2022. First, the Millburry Reserves. Number 2, Sophia Merrill. Number 3, Summer Reganey. Number 4, Sadie Warren. Number 10, Mari Nicoforo. Number 22, Juliana Girolamo. Number 32, Natalie Small. Number 33, Abby Donnelly. And number 41, Olivia Lyons. And now for the Woolies starting lineup. Number 11, Avery Richards. Number 14, Lorena Horton. Number 15, Riley Caron. Number 23, Mila Nicoforo. And number 34, Brielle Brothers. The head coach of the Woolies is Steve Reno. Now let's meet our designated home team in the white with the red and the navy blue. The top seed in Division 4 on a record of 20-3, the Frontier Redhawks. This is Frontier's 5th all-time appearance in a state semifinal, the first since 2000, and the Redhawks looking to reach a state championship game for the first time in 38 years since 1988. First, the Frontier Reserves. Number 2, Sadie Nichols. Number 4, Bella Morrell. Number 11, Abby Schreiber. Number 12, Rowan Riley. Number 13, Eva Campbell. Number 15, Ashley Galinsky. Number 20, Maggie Nichols. And number 24, Jazzy Hayes. Now, the Frontiers starting lineup. Number 1, Macy DeMayo. Number 3, Addie Harrington. Number 5, Whitney Campbell. Number 10, Skylar Steele. And number 22, Harper Modesto. The head coach of the Redhawks is David Hastings. The officials for our Girls Division 4 State Semifinal are Jeff Diatlin, Holly McGovern, and Dave Whitehead.
And as you can hear, a very large crowd has turned out here in the gymnasium at West Springfield High School. Number 1, Frontier. Number 4, Millburry. Winner will play the winner of number 2, Millis, number 3, South Hadley. That game being contested right now, probably in the second half at that point. At Worcester State University, it was a 5 o'clock tip-off. And here at 6 o'clock, we are ready to roll here in Westside. Frontier in the home whites with the navy blue and red, and the Woolies from Millburry in the visiting maroon with gold and white. It'll be Harper Modesto, and she'll be jumping center against Mila Nicoforo. We play 8-minute quarters with a 35-second shot clock, but again, the shot clock not in operation. Off to our left, that is the goal that Frontier is shooting at here in the first half. We'll see if eventually that shot clock becomes functional. Otherwise, we'll just go with the 1 on the other end of the gym. The ball is in the air. The tip is controlled by Millburry, attacking the basket to our left. We're underway. Nicoforo has it on the top of the key, backs it out. And Frontier playing straight up. Nicoforo from the foul line, stops there, zips a pass to right side, coming through. This is Avery Richards, the freshman, good shooter. Nicoforo comes back, shuffle pass back, and fake shot. And coming through, Avery with a little scoop shot with the left hand that is no good. Richards gets her own rebound, but it comes down the Frontier. Long pass down court. It goes to Skylar Steele, who lays it up and in.
Yeah, great defense right off the bat for the Hawks, and then the long pass, 2 steps for Sky, and puts it off the backboard and in.
Nicoforo takes it across the timeline, picked up by Steele. Hands it back to Richards. Nicoforo has it on the left elbow. Only 2 girls have touched it so far, and now they try to go backdoor, but it's picked up by Modesto. Here comes Steele all the way through, and she got hacked on the arm. That foul is going to go against Raina Horton, and Skylar Steele will be shooting 2 off on our left.
Well, again, the fouls is one thing we're going to keep an eye on throughout this game, and really Tingsboro got themselves in trouble in the third quarter with fouls. That was a 2-point game for the Red Hawks at halftime, tied after the first quarter at 10. This time it is Millburry committing the first foul, putting Sky Steele at the line.
First one is in the air. It's off the back of the rim, no good. Frontier's free throw shooting was subpar in the victory over Tingsboro. We saw profound difficulties by Addie Harrington. She got her points anyway, and Frontier did get the win. Second free throw, that one rattles in. It's good. 3-0 Frontier. A minute in.
Yeah, they must have missed about 15 team free throws in that game. Ended up winning by 13, so not consequential, but don't want to do that here.
Nicoforo takes it across from the foul line, gets it to Brothers on the left wing, back to Nicoforo, who will direct traffic. Gets it to Avery Richards, again, just a freshman. Now it is Horton. Horton on the right side. Nicoforo, foul line right. Shot clock down to 12. Beyond the arc, a 3-point bomb put up off the back of the rim. No good, tipped out of bounds. It's off of Horton. It'll go back to Frontier off the Richards miss.
Yeah, she went over the back of Addie Harrington. Didn't foul, got the ball, but knocked it out of bounds. So here come the Hawks.
6:24 to play here in the first quarter. 3-0 Frontier. Modesto between the circles. And now begins the dribble. Poked away briefly by Brothers. Gets it back to Whitney Campbell. Whitney gets a screen from Modesto. Little pick and roll action. Modesto taking it through. Got blocked by Horton. That is 2 personal fouls quickly on Horton. Raina Horton, one of their top players. Early foul trouble. We'll see if Coach Steve Reno subs here.
Yeah, you would think she's going to come out of this game right now with the 2 quick fouls. We still got 6:10 to play in the first quarter. She's got 2.
He is talking to Abby Donnelly. First free throw by Modesto is good, and Donnelly will come in for Horton, who will take a seat on the bench. One more for Harper Modesto. So a nice start for Frontier. Second one is up. That one is good as well. 5-0 Hawks. 6:10 to play here in the first quarter. Nicoforo will take it across the timeline herself. Steele guarding her. Nicoforo working it back towards the center court circle. And a high post to Karen, back to Richards, cuts through the paint, and a traveling call as Frontier was packing it in defensively in the paint.
Yeah, DeMaio got a piece of that ball, and we have a timeout taken by the Woolies.
We'll take the break. 5 minutes, 54 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. And on the Greenfield Savings Bank scoreboard, it's Frontier 5, Millburry 0. Bear Country 95.3. Good timeout by Coach Reno, as the Woolies were just having a tough time there, Sean.
Well, you remember it was Tingsboro that started with the 5-0 lead, and Dave Hastings had to call a timeout with a minute and a half into that game.
Here comes DeMaio. Got rejected on the left block. Nice play defensively by Donnelly. But a kind of a lazy pass, and that's picked off by Whitney Campbell. Goes to Steele in the paint. Pull up pop and gets the roll.
Yeah, 5 here early for Sky.
7-0 Red Hawks. They put on a press. Nicoforo takes it across, gets it to Richards on the right side. Look at her with the ball, Sean.
Yeah.
That's just a freshman.
Yeah, just a freshman. She looks sharp, yeah.
Saw some video of her late yesterday and this afternoon as well in preparation for the game. And she only has 1 speed, and that's fast. Richards has it right now, top of the key. Guarded by Whitney Campbell. Excellent defender. Nicoforo, shot clock down to 8. Nicoforo from the free throw line and tried to get it to Karen, but threw it over Riley's head out of bounds. It'll go back to the Hawks.
Yeah, I knew she had to get that over Harper Modesto. Just threw that a little bit tall.
4:56 to play in the first quarter. Frontier with the ball and a 7-0 lead. Harrington takes it across, gets a screen. Goes into a double team, gets it back to Campbell. Top of the key, DeMayo over to Steele on the left. She'll launch for three, and that's an air ball, goes out of bounds. It'll go back to the Woolies.
Yeah, it seemed like she might have had a little bit more time there, just kind of hop-stepped and put that shot up, missed it to the right.
7-0 in favor of the Hawks. They'll settle in defensively. Again, a lot of backcourt pressure. They're not really trapping at this point. And they do get it across Karen. And the cross-court pass is batted down by the Red Hawks, and here they come on the break. Harrington takes it right down Broadway, loses control of the ball, battling for it, gets it right back. Loops a pass, this might up in the backcourt. Great save, though, by Steele. Modesto, Campbell for three. Good!
That was all Sky Steele. The steal, then saving the backcourt, and then finding Whitney all alone for three.
Frontier 10, Millburry nothing. We're halfway through the first. Nicoforo deep on the left side, and now Donnelly gets a three-point bomb, rattles in and out, no good by Brothers, but they get the offensive rebound and a new shot clock. Nicoforo, right wing, hands to Richards, gets a screen. They work it to Donnelly on the left side. Now Karen, right of the lane, comes through, and a hard foul, shot no good. And that'll be the first personal foul and the first team foul on Frontier. Sky Steele gets the ticket.
Yeah, Sky had committed there to make a stop, and she just kind of dove right into her, causing that foul. I'll tell you, with that foul fest we had in that last game against Tingsboro, Sky only had one foul. She didn't get that until the fourth quarter in that one.
Now Millburry looking for their first point of the night, first free throw, and they're not going to get it there. Short on that one was Riley Karen, and she'll get one more here. Not the start the Woolies were looking for. Second freebie is on the way. That one rattles in and out, no good. So other than picking up the foul on Steele, a wasted trip. The Woolies are still scoreless. DeMayo and kind of alley-oops one down low, looking to get it to Harrington, well over her head. It goes out of bounds, back to Millburry.
Yeah, she was covered pretty well by Nicoforo there.
Brothers will throw in. Gets the Richards up ahead. Nicoforo takes it across the timeline left. Now waits for teammates to catch up. Has it between the circles. Steele guarding her. Now it's Donnelly. Top of the key to Richards. Works it right side to Brothers. Brothers to the line, to the lane. Throws up a runner. And counted and one. And the Woolies finally are on the board.
And I think that's going to go against DeMayo. Kind of took the worst of that as she fell down, kind of got knocked over.
Sadie Warren in for Millburry. And Jazzy Hayes in for the Red Hawks. Brielle Brothers misses the free throw, loose ball picked up by Whitney Campbell. So it's 10-2 Frontier with the lead, down to 3 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Jazzy Hayes, who just checked in, hands the ball to Harrington. Foul line right, can't penetrate, now she'll back it out. They're switching off, and a good job defensively by Millburry. They get it over to Campbell, wide open for three, and the back iron no good. And the loose ball battled for, and we have a held ball, and the possession arrow will favor Frontier.
Yeah, you talk about a kid with only one speed, and that's fast. That's Jazzy Hayes. Loved watching this kid play. Get her, smacked her elbow there on the way down. She's rubbing it up. Seems like she's okay.
Whitney Campbell will throw in on the baseline. Right, gets it into Harrington and got fouled on the way up. A reach and foul call against Sadie Warren, her first. And the third on the Woolies, and Harrington will take two here.
Yeah, she had good position against Warren there. Warren could do nothing but foul Harrington there.
All right, if you were listening the other nights, the struggles of Addie Harrington on Friday night, but she makes the first. I'm guessing she spent part of the weekend working on that.
Again, she came out at halftime during that game. She knocked down three straight during the break, and then kind of went cold again in the second half.
Second one rattled out, no good. 1 of 2 for Harrington. Red Hawks lead 11-2, 2:39 to play here in the first quarter. It's Brothers. Gets it on the right side to Warren. Warren, cross-court pass, Donnelly between the circles. Left side goes to Brothers, guarded by Campbell. Brothers, top of the key, zips a pass right side to Warren. Trying to go right baseline, can't do so, can't get around Hayes. Shot clock down to 10. Nicoforo has it. Shot clock down to 5. Passes over the left side. Warren will launch for 3. Good!
Yeah, it took him a lot of time to find the open player, but Sadie Warren knocks down the 3. 11-5 now Hawks.
Jazzy Hayes takes it right to the hole. High off the glass, no good. A lot of contact. Didn't get a foul call. Here come the Woolies again. Looking to go on a run here. And it's going to be Brothers for 3, and that's off the back rim, no good. A rebound comes to Harrington. Frontier looks to break, but they don't have the numbers. Harrington right of the lane, spins, gives it up to Modesto in the paint, and the leaner is no good. Harrington went for the rebound, didn't get it. It goes out of bounds. It'll be Millburry ball.
Yeah, you can see Addie thought she might have been foul there. I thought she might have been foul there, but no call.
Frontier 11, Millburry 5. We're down to 1:35 to play here in the first quarter. Nicoforo takes it across the timeline, right hands to Warren. Sadie Warren, who just hit that 3 moment ago, gets it over to Abby Donnelly and loses control of the basketball. Nearly a steal by Harrington, but saved by Karen. Shot clock coming down to 10. They get it back. Nicoforo on the right side. Karen taking it. A nice up fake. Goes around Harrington. No good. And a great block by Harrington on the rebound. Up ahead the steal. Sky takes it, lays it up and in.
Turning defense into quick offense. That's what they've done all season long. That's 7 here for Sky.
And that's a big break there. That's a big shift because Frontier's back up by 8. And the Woolies were looking to get back to within 4 there. 13-5 Hawks. 45 seconds left to play here in the first. Brothers loops a pass. Donnelly will take a 3, and that is no good. It goes out of bounds. It'll go back to Frontier.
Yeah, Addie Harrington thought about reaching out to grab it, saw the angle, knew it was going to go out. Just waited for it to do that.
And they're going to get Abby Schreiber into the lineup, will the Red Hawks, at the next stoppage of play. Sky Steele to the line, to the lane. 360 move, puts it up. No good. They got her with that extra step. She's not in agreement as she heads back down court.
Got the ooh face on her face, like, ooh, I don't know about that. But didn't say anything, no gestures, just kind of little facial gesture there for Sky.
Skylar will check out, as will Whitney Campbell. And out there now is Maggie Nichols. And Abby Schreiber, as we mentioned, is into the lineup again. Shot clock is off. 22 seconds on the game clock. Frontier leading by 8. Deep on left side, Abby Donnelly. Top of the key, Warren. And it's his Brothers. Sealed off of the lane. Nicoforo finds a seam and comes through. Maybe took an extra step. Shot was no good anyway. 8 seconds left. Up ahead to Hayes. 5 seconds left. Hayes, pull-up pop from the free throw line is no good, and the rebound picked up by Schreiber, and that ends the quarter. End of 1 here in West Springfield. And our score on the Greenfield Savings Bank scoreboard, the Frontier Red Hawks 13 and the Millburry Woolies 5. Second quarter action next. Bear Country 95.3. Broadcast booth high above courtside here in West Springfield. Dave Reno, our studio producer. Frontier by 8 at the end of 1. They had it pretty much their way, Sean, in that first quarter. I'm guessing at some point Millburry will show up here.
Yeah, again, I do not expect this to be the margin of victory or an easy victory from here on. But, yeah, getting this thing going. The Hawks, I'll tell you what, big, loud gym. Bright, the lights are bright, and they came out and did exactly what they wanted to do there in that first quarter. They held Millburry to just 5 points.
And it will be Millburry basketball. We begin the second quarter. Nicoforo takes it across, gets it to Warren, top of the key. Back out there now with the 2 fouls is Raina Horton, one of their top ball players. She's going to take a 3 right here, and she drains it.
Yeah, there you go. So the 2 quick fouls took her out of the game there in the first quarter.
And that makes it 13-8. Frontiers lead down to 5. Harper Modesto takes it right block. Throws over to Steele in the right corner. Picked up by Nicoforo. Steele over to Harper Modesto. Cross-court pass. Macy DeMeo takes it along the baseline. It gets tipped, and it's going to end up in the backcourt, but it was tipped by Millburry, so no shot clock violation. Frontier, again, they were going to the part of the court where there's no shot clock in operation. They were down to 7, and a foul is called on Millburry.
Yeah, that's going to be against Karen.
That's the first on her and the first on the Woolies here in the second quarter.
Yeah, she was just roughing up Addie Harrington there a little bit.
Shot clock was down to 7. The good news for Frontier is in the second half, they'll be shooting at the shot clock that is in operation. They get it into Harrington, guarded by Karen. Harrington over the right side, Whitney Campbell. Can't get it down low. Skylar Steele, top of the key. Sky can't penetrate from the free throw line. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Modesto, left side. Macy DeMayo. They're packing it down low. They're almost daring Frontier to shoot outside. Steele, pull-up pop, rejecting the lane. Nice interior D there by Sadie Warren. And here come the Woolies again, but they're double-teamed in the backcourt, and a traveling call. Great job there by Harrington and Steele.
Yeah, they had her trapped, and by the time she was able to spin and try to throw that ball out, her feet had spun around and moved several times.
Rowan Riley checks in for Frontier. Macy DeMayo will sit. And Avery Richards will pop back out for the Woolies. And sitting down will be Sadie Warren, who played well, hit that big three while she was out there. Frontier by 5, 6:44 to play here in the first half. Steele will throw in right in front of the Millburry bench. Gets it into Campbell between the circles, right side. And Riley's going to take a three, but that shot was no good. And back come the Woolies, looking to edge a little bit closer. Frontier got out to that 10-0 lead. A deep three by Brothers is no good. Modesto tipped it over to Harrington. Addie takes it across all the way through. Little drop step, but that drop step was the extra step. That's a travel.
Yeah, again, Riley Karen all over her, defending her extremely tightly. It caused her to take that extra step.
6:20 to play here in the first half. Frontier, they've led throughout. But an 8-3 run here by the Woolies to take it from 10-0 Frontier to 13-8 Redhawks. Coming through, Richards driving through, couldn't get it to fall. She went for the bank shot. Rowan Riley will take it across herself into the front court left. Bounce pass to Modesto. Out beyond the arc, hands to Harrington. Trying to create some space. Tricky dribble, goes through. She got blocked again. Great interior D by the Woolies. And a foul called on Harrington, trailing the play. She's pleading her case, but they are going to get her reaching in from behind.
Yeah, she was coming around, trying to get around Brothers and reach for that ball.
Well, over the course of the season, that tactic worked a lot for Frontier, just not that time. Frontier calls a timeout and will step aside for the break. 5:46 to play here in the first half. Greenfield Savings Bank scoreboard is Frontier 13, Millburry 8, Bear Country 95.3. Play back on now. Millburry with the ball, going left to right. They trail by 5. The top of the key, Richards had it batted down by Rowan Riley, but recaptured by Millburry. It goes out of bounds off of Frontier, so the Woolies will keep it 18 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah, Rowan had the steal and then just couldn't hold on to it there. And
it'll be Brielle Brothers inbounding along the baseline right, having some difficulty. Finally does get it in the Richards. And a steal by Skylar Steele. She takes it right towards the goal, lays it up and in.
Yeah, uncontested. Nobody was going to try to catch her. It definitely would have been a foul.
9 first half points for Sky. Frontiers lead back up to 7 now, 15-8. Nikiforou has it. Way out beyond the arc. Now takes it in on the right. Hands to Richards. Horton gives it up over on deep on the left side to Brothers. Brothers back to Horton. Coming all the way through, puts up the shot, no good. A blocking foul on Harrington, so that's 2 fouls on Addie in the last minute or 2 here.
No, I think that one's going to go against, that might go against Sky.
You're right, it is against Skylar Steele.
Yeah, Sky had reached in before she had dove towards Harrington. That'll be her second.
Second on the team. First free throw by Horton, pops out no good, and Reyna will get one more here.
Well, we've seen a few of their shots rattle in and out like that. A three-pointer, I remember there in the first quarter as well.
Steele will check out now for Frontier. And Abby Schreiber back out there for the Hawks. One more for Reyna Horton, one of the senior leaders. That one is up. That is no good. Modesto clears the board, gets it to Addie Harrington. She'll take it across the timeline left. Picked up there by Karen. Modesto sets a screen. They switch off. Right corner, Riley. Try to wrap around pass to Modesto. It got tipped out of bounds off Karen. Frontier will keep it. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Quick sub. Abby Donnelly back in for the Woolies. And sitting down will be Raina Horton.
Yeah, nice job by Karen anticipating that pass, getting in front of it.
Schreiber wide open for three, left corner, but it's no good. But the rebound pulled down, the loose ball rather picked up by Frontier. Top of the key three, Harrington. That's off the back rim, no good. Finally, it's picked up by Nicoforo for the Woolies. Long pass on the right side. Open 17-foot jumper, and that is good.
Yeah, it looked like Richards might have had a lane, but she decided just to pull up and pop it from there.
15-10, Frontier by 5. Halfway through the second quarter, Modesto can't penetrate against Nicoforo. They go to Rowan Riley. She'll put up a three. Back rim, no good. And a loose ball foul, and that is going to go against Frontier. The Millburry crowd on the far side.
Oh.
They're questioning that. That's going to go on Nicoforo.
Yeah, no, that was Nicoforo. Yeah, no, definitely. You could see that from here, the contact and the push.
Jazzy Hayes will come in for Rowan Riley. And Mary Nicoforo will check in. And Mila Nicoforo will take a seat on the bench.
That was her first foul.
Whitney Campbell throwing in from the baseline. Throws it out deep, gets it into Jazzy. Hayes, top of the key, now takes it towards the right. Hands to Harrington. She's left open for three. She says thank you very much and knocks down the triple.
Yeah, just calm, cool, collected, wide open. She's going to knock that down most of the time.
Frontier 18, Millburry 10. 3:45 to play here in the first half. Nearly a steal by Harrington. Nicoforo had it poked away. It's a steal by Whitney Campbell. It's 2-on-2, doesn't have the numbers. Gets it back. Harrington fakes the three. Loops a pass too high to Modesto. It goes out of bounds back to the Woolies.
Yeah, and they're communicating. Addie was saying she thought she might cut a little bit. She tried to throw it over the top and just a little too strong with the pass.
Frontier 18, Millburry 10. 3:22 to play here in the first half. Nicoforo takes it across. Abby Donnelly gets it away. And they kick it left side. Nicoforo with a foot on the line. That jumper is good for two. That's Mari.
First bucket for her.
18-12. Frontier's lead is 6.
Yeah, toe was just on that line, too.
Frontier's biggest lead was 10-0 right out of the gate. Schreiber, left baseline. Gets it to Harrington. Being pestered by Richards. Now she'll stop. She'll pop for three. That's off the back rim. No good, but the offensive rebound taken down by Modesto. Gets it to Hayes. Jazzy puts it to the floor. Now she'll drive the lane, but an offensive foul. They're going to get Modesto on that.
Yeah, Harper was moving a little bit on that screen. You can see her shuffle the feet.
Jazzy Hayes will check out. Maggie Nichols back out there for Frontier. Maggie, a JV call-up, and seeing more minutes as time goes by. She's been working hard, obviously, in practice, being rewarded with playing time. There's a very good Frontier junior varsity team. Taking it across is Richards. Has it deep on the left. Abby Donnelly, top of the key, Nicoforo. Now it's Brothers. From the free throw line, loops it past Nicoforo. Top of the key, wide open for three, and that shot is no good by Richards. Nice save along the sideline, and now they go right back top of the key. That three-pointer, that is no good as well by Richards.
Oh, nice save on the rebound to get her a second opportunity at that three.
Could have, with a made three, made it a one-possession game. Instead, 2 minutes to play in the half. Frontier back on the attack. Shot up by Harrington, no good. It gets tipped out of bounds. It's off of Nicoforo. Frontier ball. Checking in for Mila Nicoforo will come in to the lineup. Schreiber will sit for Frontier. Sky Steele back out there.
Yeah, 6-point lead with just under 2 minutes to play here in the half for the Hawks.
Steele has had 9 points early on here. Harper Modesto fighting through, puts up a shot, no good. Her own rebound, no. And loose ball run down by Brothers. And throws the ball that goes off of the backboard, though, out of bounds. And Frontier will catch a break and maintain possession here.
Whitney Campbell was all over there in the corner. She tried to get it out and across the court. And Yeah, hit it off the side of the backboard.
Whitney throws into Harrington. They get a right down low to Modesto. Going to work. Fadeaway shot, a block by Nicoforo. Nice interior D. Here come the Woolies back the other way. 18-12, Frontier by 6. A minute and a half to play here in the first half. Frontier has led all the way so far. Brothers. Here comes Richards. Foul line left. They loop it to the left corner. Nicoforo slicing in to Karen, but it was behind her. It ends up in the hands of Harrington. Addie stops in the paint. Shot no good. The Millburry crowd wanted a travel call, but the Woolies get possession anyway. Coming down to the 1 minute mark here in the first half.
Yeah, a lot of contact down there. No whistles.
Nicoforo takes it to the front court right. They jump out on her. A minute left here in the half. Gets it back to Richards. Brothers. Nicoforo deep in the left corner. Top of the key, Brothers. Mari, Nicoforo is going to take a three, and it's no good. Missed badly. Harrington with a long pass that's picked off, though, by the other Nicoforo, Mila. She'll take it through herself, looking for some help. And you're working to the right corner. And this is Brielle Brothers with the ball. Top of the key, three-pointer. That shot is up and no good by Mila Nicoforo.
Yeah, shot clock's off.
22 seconds left on the game clock. Frontier leading by 6. Sky Steele gets a screen, takes it all the way through. Campbell now down to 14 seconds. Steele open for three, top of the key. In and out, no good. Nicoforo the rebound. Double teamed in the backcourt. Down to 6 seconds. They get it across. Brothers rejected by Steele.
That should be a travel.
That's going to be a travel, yeah.
Yeah, Steele got a piece of that ball. She actually re-caught it, but was shuffling the feet. So the Hawks will have 1 second here to get
that's a
toss
catch.
It in and throw it up.
That's catch and shoot.
Yeah.
I would look for Harrington here.
She's got some range, that's for sure. Or Sky. No, Sky's going to throw it in. So
Sky will throw in. I think they want to get it to Harrington. Looking. Now they're going to go back door. Wendy Campbell puts it up at the buzzer. No good. Just missed. Halftime here at West Springfield High School. The 2026 MIAA Girls Division IV Basketball Semifinal on the Greenfield Savings Bank scoreboard. It's Frontier 18, Millburry 12. The Bear Country High School Basketball halftime report is next. Bear Country 95.3. Halftime report, and before we say another syllable about Frontier Millburry, we know the other half of the bracket. We know it'll be the South Hadley Tigers. The third-seeded Tigers have completed a 10-point victory over number 2 Millis. It'll be South Hadley versus the winner of this game in the state final this weekend at UMass Lowell. So, Sean, we saw them in the Western Mass tournament at Frontier, beating the Red Hawks by 2 points. That was a great night. Maybe they'll reprise it. We'll get a reprisal over the weekend, potentially.
Yeah, one of the 3 losses the Hawks suffered this year. Now, back on January 27th, they went to South Hadley and beat them in their own gym by 5 points. But what a great game we had back and forth. That fourth quarter, there were lead changes and ties, and South Hadley just kind of ripped that game away at the last second. Hawks had an opportunity to tie, maybe take a lead, and just unable to finish there. But you felt like if there had been another 30 seconds to that game, the Red Hawks probably would have come back and won it. I'll tell you, if they could get by this one tonight, they've got themselves a kind of a slim 6-point lead here at halftime, that rematch would be amazing.
Yeah, I'm looking at that game. It was the Class B semifinal for Western Mass, and the stars were shining that night for Frontier between Skylar Steele and Addie Harrington and Harper Modesto. They all had big nights, but yeah, Taylor Bulla, Athos was phenomenal. Cara Dean was their main scorer that night. Phenomenal second half performance. Had 3 3-pointers on the night, led all scorers, and they were able to come from behind. Frontier led that one 16-12 at the end of one, and they led by 5 at halftime, but the Tigers came back and knocked them off. All right, the focus on this game here. Frontier leading by 6 at intermission, 18-12, a low scoring first half here, Sean, for both teams. Really, Frontier only 5 points in that second half. They jumped out to a 10-0 lead. They led 13-5 at the end of one. Woolies pulled close, but Frontier has maintained an advantage throughout, at least so far.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the story of the game. Frontier held Millburry to just 5 points in that first quarter while scoring 13 themselves, taking that lead, but a little bit of the opposite in the second quarter where Frontier was only able to muster 5 points there, but Millburry only got 7 points for themselves. So, as you said, that's the 6-point difference right now. Frontier 18, Millburry 12.
Skylar Steele with leading all scorers, 9 points. She's had a tremendous effort here, but also some missed opportunities for the Red Hawks. And I know they try to pound it down low. They're trying to get Harper Modesto on track. She has 2 points on two free throws, but every time she gets the ball, if she's lucky enough to get the ball, there's 2-3 girls down on her. They're really daring Frontier to beat them from beyond the arc.
Yeah, you could see a couple of times. I think it was Macy DeMaio was outside the 3-point line and looked like she wanted to pull the trigger on it and then decided not to. They really are pounding it underneath. But, yeah, I'll tell you what, Millburry is doing a really good job against Harper Modesto. We've not seen very many teams be able to shut her down this season. She's generally a 20 to 25-point scorer per game, and as you just mentioned, only 2 points for her so far. Those were in the first quarter, and those were on free throws.
You're listening to the Bear Country High School Basketball Halftime Report. We'll take another timeout here. We are back in West Springfield after these. Bear Country 95.3. West Springfield from the Lundgren Honda broadcast booth. We are high above courtside here. As Johnny Most, the late great Johnny Most used to say, his old perch at the old Boston Garden. Winner of this game will take on South Hadley for a state championship in girls Division 4. The game will either be Friday evening, more likely either Saturday or Sunday. That'll all get decided tonight as the Tigers knocked off number 2 Millis 59-49. Now, who will they play? Frontier leading by 6 as the teams come out for their second half warm-ups. Again, Sky Steele with 9 points, leading the Red Hawks. 4 for Addie Harrington, including a 3-point play. 3 for Whitney Campbell, that was on a tray. Harper Modesto, 2 of 2 from the line for 2 points, a total of 18. And for the Millburry Woolies, they have 3 points each for Warren and Horton, each of those on 3-point field goals, 2 each for Nicoforo. That's Mari Nicoforo and Avery Richards, and Brielle Brothers also had 2 points on a field goal, a total of 12 points for the Woolies. But one of their best players, Mila Nicoforo, no points. These teams, both sides, Sean, they're playing some really terrific defense so far.
Yeah, great defensive game. And you failed to mention Raina Horton, so one of the starters, one of the seniors for Millburry. She had committed 2 quick fouls there in the first quarter, effectively taking her out of the first quarter. So when she scored those 3 points, those were in the second quarter. She is the only Millburry Wooly with 2 fouls, and for the Frontier Red Hawks, it's just Sky Steele with 2 fouls so far. So no real foul trouble for either squad so far.
Don't forget, Friday night, our plan is to broadcast the IAABO Board 28 All-Star Games, the senior boys and girls basketball players from Franklin and Hampshire counties, playing one more time on Friday night down at Shirley Webb Gymnasium, Smith Academy. The boys' game will be the early game at 6, followed by the girls' game in prime time at 7:30. However, if Frontier advances here and plays South Hadley in that final. And if it happens to be on Friday night, obviously that would take precedence. All right, it's Frontier ball moving to the basket on our right. 18-12 Hawks as we begin play here in the second half. Steele throws in to Riley Harrington, and we're underway. Harrington deep on the right, guarded by Karen. Gets a screen from Modesto, hands right back to Steele. Schuyler taking it in, gets it over to Macy DeMeo. Gets it back, Whitney Campbell squares up for three. That shot is no good. Battle for the loose ball. Steele falling to the floor with the ball with the Millburry player. Held ball, the arrow will favor the Woolies.
Yeah, Steele and Horton battling for that ball. And as you said, the arrow pointing towards Millburry, so they will take it out from underneath their own basket.
Neither team, obviously, was shooting the lights out in that first half. Both teams trying to once again dig in and live up to that standard phrase that defense wins championships. Now a little shuffle step by Brielle Brothers on the left wing, and they got her for traveling.
Yeah, knew she'd done it too, and just kind of threw the ball over to the referee after the whistle.
A little bit of happy feet.
Yeah.
Abby Harrington throws in to Whitney Campbell, takes it across the timeline, gets it to Macy DeMeo on the left wing. Macy holding, gets it down to Campbell. They can't work the give and go. Back to Steele in the left wing. Into the paint, turns, puts it up, and gets the bounce.
Yeah, friendly bounce, front rim, back rim, and in for Sky. 11 points for her in the game so far.
Frontiers lead is 8, 20-12. They press, but it's broken, and all by herself down low. It's Karen, puts it up, and it bounced out on her, no good. Oh, you got to have that one.
Yeah, not going to get any opportunities easier than that one for her.
No one was within 4 or 5 feet of her, but she couldn't convert, and now Frontier now back on the attack. Trying to go back up by 10. Harrington turns, puts up the shot. That is short, battling for the board. And it comes down to Richards. She'll run it up on the left. Nearly traveled with it. Gets it to Brothers. Top of the key, coming through here is Horton. And now it goes back to Nicoforo. This is Mila Nicoforo. It's the pass right side to Karen on the wing. Down low, Brothers all by herself, high off the window and in.
Yep, nice find, finding Brielle underneath. That's just her second bucket of the game. 4 points for her.
Frontiers lead, back down to 6, 20-14. Again, they jumped out 10-0, and they've led throughout. DeMeo, left baseline, can't drive. Steele has it deep on the left. Shot clock under 20, and away from the ball, a whistle and a foul.
Oh, and that's going to go against Horton.
It's going to go against Riley Karen. Okay. That's her second and the first of the quarter here against the Woolies. Whitney Campbell, Lynn on the baseline left, gets it in the Harrington. Steele will launch for three. It's good.
Absolutely. Didn't even think about that. Received the ball, went up with it in the same motion.
14 points for Schuyler, and Frontier now up by 9. Now a high pass over the head of Brielle Brothers, and it goes back to the Hawks. Looking to take their biggest lead of the night. Taking it across. Campbell throws a pass up ahead. Macy DeMeo, now she'll pull it back. Has it deep on the left. They're leaving her open, and she takes a 17-foot jumper. No good, followed her own shot, but that was no good. And a pass goes up ahead to Brothers. Brothers takes it across. Gets the ball right back. Nicoforo open for three over Harrington. That rimmed out no good. And it's picked up by Harrington.
Yeah, a little bit of a line drive shot there. Almost got it to go, but rattled out.
Addie Harrington takes it across. Hands to Whitney Campbell. And it goes over to Steele. Schuyler feeling it. Going baseline. Reverse lay-in by DeMeo. No good. Battle for the board. A held ball. Frontier ball on the arrow.
That would have been pretty if Macy could have converted it, but able to stay in that spot, get her own foul, and a timeout is taken by Millburry's.
Coach Steve Reno says, let's talk about this. 4:59 to play here in the third quarter. On the Greenfield Savings Bank scoreboard, it's Frontier 23 and Millburry 14. They're 95 points. Franklin County's YMCA, the Deerfield Police Association, and by Sandry Fuel. Frontier with the ball. They lead by 9. They get it right into Modesto, goes up off the glass and gets the roll.
Yeah, a little bit of English on that thing, spun it in.
Biggest lead of the night for the Red Hawks. It's 11, 25-14. Again, putting on the defensive pressure. Richards gets it back. Nicoforo now will back it out, guarded by Whitney Campbell. Nicoforo well beyond the arc. Bounce pass. It goes to Karen, but she shuffled the feet as she tried to drive on DeMeo. It goes back to the Hawks.
Yeah, DeMeo had given her a little bit of space too, so didn't need to be quite so harsh with the fake, but took the extra step.
Whitney Campbell. She will very deliberately take it across the timeline right at the center court circle. Picked up by Richards. Pass goes to Harrington. Nearly had it poked away by Karen. Nice defensive play by her. Now Harrington can't penetrate on the right side. She'll work it back on the wing. Shot clock at 15. Cross-court pass to Campbell. Gets a screen from DeMeo. Whitney will take a three, and that's off the back of the rim. It goes out of bounds. It'll go back to the Woolies. And I want to mention that in this half, Frontier is shooting at the basket with the operational shot clock. They were shooting at the dead shot clock in the first half.
Yeah, Millburry used quite a bit of that shot clock when they were heading towards the one they could see. We'll see how this affects their second half, though. Oh, and
a double dribble call. That is going to go against Avery Richards. So it's going to go back. Richards now will check out, replaced by Sadie Warren, who gave Coach Reno some good minutes in that first half. And DeMeo will check out for Jazzy Hayes for the Red Hawks. Harrington will throw in on the left sideline. That's the ball from the official, throws into Hayes, and Jazz will take it across. Between the circles, calls out the set play, righty dribble, guarded by Horton. Zips a pass left wing to Steele. Schuyler, and a foul down low is going to go. Did they get Karen on her third? Let's see if that 1-5 it is.
Yeah.
That is 3 on Karen.
Well, I'll tell you what, there was a lot of contact being initiated by Addie Harrington, but Karen's going to get the whistle.
We're going to see Donnelly here, I think. I think we're going to see Donnelly checking in momentarily. Not yet. Karen's out there with 3 fouls. She needs to be careful here. Has not been subbed yet. She's guarding. Oh, she made a great defensive play there, actually. She was marking Modesto and got that ball to go off of Harper out of bounds.
Yeah, Horton and Karen harassing her there.
Coming through, Nicoforo slices through the D, gets it down low to Karen. Rejected by Harrington out of bounds. It'll stay with the Woolies, but the Red Hawks making everything a challenge for the Woolies.
Would have had a little more time, but the bounce pass was harsh. Just couldn't get the handle to it right away.
Yeah, that gave Frontier that extra half second to convert. Coming down low, Karen, and her pass is picked up by Steele. Frontier looks to break. Schuyler's going to take it all the way in. Tough angle shot that is no good. And the rebound comes down to the Woolies. They double team in the backcourt. Nicoforo having some trouble. Finally does get it away to Warren. Back to Nicoforo. Takes it across the timeline left. Double teamed there. Passes it away. Wide open right side. Warren will take a three, and that rattles in and out, no good. Woolies really needed that one to drop. Didn't get it. They still trail by 11. Here comes Harrington. She'll square up for three, and that is in and out, no good. Modesto battles for the loose ball, goes out of bounds, and it will be Frontier basketball.
Yeah, she was battling with Sadie Warren, and Warren was the last to touch it.
So now, Riley Karen of Millburry will check out with those 3 fouls, replaced by Mari Nicoforo. And we've got a timeout taken by Frontier. 2 minutes, 53 seconds left to play. Third quarter, Greenfield Savings Bank scoreboard. It's Frontier by 11, 25-14. Back after this, Bear Country 95.3.
Introducing the Jalapeno Ranch Club. I need a little ranch, step to the ranch. Spicy, grilled, original, all ranched up. Candied bacon, a buttermilk ranch bun, pickled jalapenos, and pepper jack cheese with a kick. Available for a limited time. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
be Frontier ball. Hawks lead by 11 as they have held the Woolies to just 2 points here in the third quarter. Again, this continues to be an extraordinarily low-scoring game. And it's more than just the teams aren't shooting well. The teams are really D'ing up here.
Yeah, again, just 5 points in the first quarter for Millburry, 7 in the second. As you just said, being held to 2 here in the third.
They inbound the ball to Modesto. They get it back to Jazzy Hayes. Has it top of the key. She was directing traffic with her head and her eyes. Now it's Sky Steele. Spin move, gets it back. Whitney Campbell trying to thread the needle down low. It goes off of Mari Nicofino, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Frontier ball. And we're going to hold up play while Skylar Steele ties her sneaker.
Nice job by Mari hanging right there with Addie Harrington, and that pass ended up going off her foot.
Whitney Campbell inbounding on the baseline left. Gets it into Hayes through a triple team. And it goes back down to Whitney. Nice dish down low to Steele, but the leaner is no good. Warren picks up the loose ball. And here comes Nicoforo. That is Mila Nicoforo between the circles. She still has not scored tonight. Mari Nicoforo back to Mia. Mila Nicoforo in the paint, gets it over, and the rainbow jumper that is too strong out of the hands of Mari Nicoforo. There come the Hawks on the break. Harrington comes through, no good, but a blocking foul is going to get called. That is going to go against Mila Nicoforo.
Yeah, just Mila's second. That'd be the
check back. They called it on. They called it against Mari Nicoforo actually.
I thought that was going to go against Mila, but
well, it was. Yeah, that's who was there. But
Mari's first.
So Harrington, first free throw is good. Addie is 2 of 3 from the line after her struggles back on Friday night. She'll get one more here. 5 points on the night for Addie. And the second one is no good. It gets tipped out of bounds. It's off of Millburry. And the Hawks will maintain possession, leading by 12.
Yeah, Brielle Brothers was playing that like she thought it had gone off of a Frontier Red Hawk player. Didn't really chase that thing down.
Whitney Campbell throws in the steal. Skylar, top of the key, picks up the dribble, gets it to Addie Harrington. Tricky dribbles, nearly got poked away. And coming through, Addie Harrington goes high off the glass, no good. Go to her own rebound, put it up, no, but a foul, and Addie will go right back to the line for 2 more.
Yeah, nice job chasing her own shot, and then just had to try to power that up as she was getting fouled.
That's 2 personal fouls against Sadie Warren. That's 4 team fouls now here in the third quarter on the Woolies. First of 2 by Harrington is good. Frontier now leading by 13. Still have a ways to go, but it's looking good at least right now. Second one is good as well. 28-14, Hawks by 14. Woolies now with some urgency. Nicoforo comes through, cross-court pass. Horton gets it back. 3-point bomb is put up, missed badly. Brielle Brothers out of bounds. It's off of the Woolies. It goes right back to Frontier.
Looked like Addie had position, had to have gone off of Nicoforo.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Hawks would like to use this next minute and a half that's left in the third to potentially put this one away, Sean.
If they can keep them off the scoreboard, get a bucket or 2 themselves.
Alley-oop down low, Modesto off the glass and in. That's a good start.
Sure is. 6 points now for Harper.
Hawks lead by 16, and now they're just trapping press defensively, looking to force mistakes. Warren's going to take a 3. That is good.
Absolutely what they needed there. Warren dropping the 3.
Sadie's got 2 of those, makes it 30-17. Frontiers lead down to 13. We get it back. Harrington's going to take a 3. That is good.
How many times have we seen that? Answer with a 3 by Harrington.
33-17 Frontier. 50 seconds left here in the third. Deep on the left is Horton. Very quiet night for her, only 3 points. On the right side, the Warren. Top of the key, now they work at left side. Mari, Nicoforo passes over. Horton's left open for 3. She'll take it and make it.
Yeah, good switch there. Horton ended up being behind that line all by herself.
Team starting to heat up here, 33-20. Frontier leading by 13. Steele has it deep on the left side. Gets a screen from Modesto. Over to Jazzy Hayes. Harrington calling for the ball. But Jazzy taking it in, zips it over. Coming through. And a power move by Steele. It's up and in.
It looked like she was thinking about putting up the three. Instead, saw the lane, drove it. Nice bucket there by Sky.
And that will do it. A desperation three at the buzzer by Millburry is no good. We've played 3 quarters of basketball here in the state girls Division 4 semifinals. Greenfield Savings Bank scoreboard. It's Frontier 35, Millburry 20. Bear Country 95.3.
Don't see him blowing that.
Nor do I.
Represent something bigger than ourselves. Our hometown, our alma mater, our home team. But what if you were meant for more? When our communities and country need us, we don't hesitate. We train relentlessly, ready for any mission, any conditions, day or night. Because our fans aren't just in the stands, they're our classmates, our families, the people of Massachusetts. Make a difference in the Massachusetts Army National Guard.
16 points, Addie Harrington with 10, and they have staked the Red Hawks to a 15-point lead as the fourth quarter is underway. Millburry with the ball again, going to the basket on our left. Nikiforov gets it, and now coming through, Richards can't penetrate. Nikiforov from the free throw line, shuffle pass back. Brothers open for 3, does not get the bounce. Skying for the rebound is Harrington. Up ahead to Jazzy Hayes. Hayes has it. It's a screen from Modesto. Bounce pass wide open. Campbell for 3. No good. Weak side rebound comes down to Mila. Nikiforov. Long pass. Caught Karen in stride, but she couldn't make the. And then she ran in after the miss. Ran right into Harrington. That is 4 fouls now on Karen.
Yeah, everything just kind of went wrong for her there. The missed layup and then turned and ran right into, I forget who that was with the ball, but causing the foul.
Well, Coach Steve Rayner at this point, 7:15 to play. Cameron is a starter. He's going to leave her out there with the 4 fouls.
Yep.
I mean, you're down by 15. You know, obviously she knows, veteran player knows how to play, presumably in foul trouble. Long pass from Steele. Up ahead, Harper Modesto backing in off the glass and in. Harper with a tough shot there.
Yeah, she's finding her groove now.
Frontier's biggest lead now, 17, 37-20. Under 7 to play. It is looking very good for a third matchup of the season between Frontier and South Hadley. But we're not quite at the finish line yet. Karen has it, top of the key. Gets it to Richards. Richards zips a pass right side. Looking to get it to Horton. Horton has it. She made a 3 a moment ago. Looking to go to work, going up, puts it up. A high arcing shot that's no good. Battle for the board, and it comes down, and a foul is going to get called against Skylar Steele as she kind of went right near the legs of Brielle Brothers.
Yeah, the ball was down low. She took a head first slide.
Yeah, kind of unavoidable.
Yeah, not much
foul.
she could do there, yeah.
Brothers was going to throw in, but instead, Nikiforov will throw in, but they're going to move her about 6 or 7 feet down the sideline. They inbound the ball to Karen. She'll stop, left open for 3, up faked, now pulls it down. Horton gets it left side to Brothers. Nikiforov backs it out. Plenty of time on the shot clock. A block by Steele on a 3 by Horton. Here comes Harrington. Addie right back down to Skylar. But a loose ball on the floor, and what do we got? It goes out of bounds. It'll go back to Millburry.
Yeah, that could have gone either way. Yeah, they were both battling right there at the baseline.
And it'll be a timeout charge to Millburry. 6:06 to play in regulation. Greenfield Savings Bank scoreboard. It's Frontier 37, Millburry 20. Bear Country 95.3. Hoover in the Lundgren Honda broadcast booth, high above courtside in West Springfield at the high school. Frontier by 17, looking to punch their ticket to this weekend's state championship game. Can they do it? Brothers inbounds the ball to Nicoforo, throws a pass up to Brothers. They break the center court line. Richards has it between the circles, into the paint. Her floater off the glass, no good. Whitney Campbell the rebound. And here comes Jazzy Hayes. Into the front court left. Now changes director. Goes back to the right, zips a pass. Skylar Steele. She'll take a three. Rattles it in and out, no good. Hayes the rebound, puts it up. That is no good. And Campbell is battling for the rebound. It goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Frontier. They're going to say it was off for Brothers.
Good opportunities there to score, but even more importantly, taking some time off the clock. Still 31 seconds on the shot clock for them.
And 5:36 on the game clock. They get it in the steal, beyond the arc. Harrington gets it down low to Modesto, fighting through a double team. Back to Campbell. Let Skylar Steele from the free throw line. Hayes. Left corner, three ball put up by Campbell, no good. Weak side rebound, Modesto went for the bank, no good, out of bounds. Off of Frontier to go back to the Woolies.
Yeah, that was off of Whitney Campbell, just flying in, trying to get to that rebound.
Frontier 37, Millburry 20, with 5:18 to play here in the fourth quarter. Frontier with that backcourt pressure, it's broken. Here comes Richards. Nice pass on low to Karen, puts it up, counted and one. A foul on Modesto.
Yeah, she's had a couple from underneath there that she has just flat out missed, but nice job by Karen. Her first bucket of the night, got that to spin in and got the Harper Modesto foul, just Harper's second of the game.
Frontier's lead down to 15. Karen looking to trim the deficit to 14, and if you're Millburry, with about 4 or 5 minutes left, if it's a single-digit deficit, that's workable. Free throw is good by Karen. So a three-point play. Frontier by still a big margin of 37-23. They lead by 14. Harrington takes it across. And what do we got?
Did they start this? 30 seconds on the shot clock. Seemed like it took more than 5 seconds for them to do all that. I'm curious.
It certainly wasn't a backcourt violation. Oh, Sean, more than 5. Okay, they're going to take 4 seconds off the shot clock down to 26. Yeah, that sounds about right. By the way, Harper Modesto just checked out, and she's been replaced by Abby Schreiber. All right, Steele throws in to Hayes. Jazzy will take it across. Guarded closely by Brothers. Right back to Sky. Top of the key. Now she'll peel back. Shot clock at 15. Frontier concede the shot clock. Down to 12. Harrington. Tricky dribbling. Working on Karen. Going baseline. Reverse lay-in is no good. And it comes down to Horton. Gets it up to Nicoforo. And the Woolies come back here, but the pass is batted down. Recaptured by Horton. Cuts into the paint, throws up a runner off the glass and in.
Wow, I don't know how she got that shot off, but Raina Horton, that's a nice bucket right there.
37-25, Frontiers lead down to 12. 5-0 run here by the Woolies. Frontiers' biggest lead was 17 a moment ago. Harrington pull up hot from the lane, banks it in, that's a big make.
Yeah, looked like she got bumped there too, no whistle, but her first bucket of the fourth.
And now a blocking foul called on Jazzy Hayes, guarding Nicoforo just a little bit too closely.
Yeah, it'll be the first against Jazzy.
Sadie Warren will check in for Richards for the Woolies. 39-25, Frontier by 14. We're halfway through the fourth quarter. Frontier digging in once again defensively. This game is not over yet. Warren, she can shoot, has it. Nicoforo, top of the key, has it at the foul line. Over to Warren. Nicoforo, shot clock at 15. Nicaforo in the paint, kicks it left side, wide open for three. Left side, that is good by Brothers, and a quick timeout called by the Woolies. 3:36 to play in regulation. It's Frontier by 11. Frontier 39, Millburry 28 on the Greenfield Savings Bank scoreboard. Frontier's lead's gone from 17 to 11, so a 6-0 run by the Woolies. Now Sky Steele throws into Modesto. Now backcourt pressure by the Woolies, but it's broken easily by the Hawks. Whitney Campbell takes it across. Top of the key. Gets it over to Harrington, and the defense chant. They go down low to Modesto, banks it up and in.
Yeah, you thought they might want to run a little bit of clock, but they found Modesto single covered, able to convert.
Frontier by 13, 41-28, 3:10 to play here in the fourth. Warren, oh, she wanted to pull the trigger. Frontier jumped out on her though. Good job by Addie Harrington. And they get it over. Brielle Brothers hit a three a moment ago. Gets it back. She's going to take another three. That one, however, is no good. Whitney Campo gets the rebound. And Whitney will take it across herself. 2:45 to play in the game. Frontier by 13. Down low, Modesto again puts it up. Short on that one. It goes off Warren's hand. No, they're going to say it's off Modesto.
Yeah.
Back to the Woolies.
Thought that was Harper reaching out. Just got her hand on it, knocked it out.
Avery Richards, only 2 points tonight, but a very good shooter. And she'll check in. Inbound the ball. Taking it across. Nicaforo into the front court right. Foul line. Can't penetrate there. Gets it back to Horton. Horton right of the lane. And here comes Richards. Nicaforo trying to find the cutter down low. Now she'll drive herself and try to throw it to the Brothers on the right side, but it goes off of Brielle's hands out of bounds, and the Hawks will get possession again.
Yeah, nice job on the defensive switch underneath and caused that errant pass.
And Skylar Steele will throw in, finds Campbell. Nice play there by Sky. We all know what an exceptional passer she is. Modesto has it deep on the right, back to Whitney Campbell. As we come down to the 2-minute mark, Frontier leading by 13. Looking for the big make here. Jazzy Hayes got rejected by Horton. And here come the Woolies. That was a big stop by Millburry. Now, can they convert on the other end? The cutter down low, and Karen misses again from the right block. Steele with a long pass down low. Harrington will lay it up and in.
That might just about do it there.
Quick timeout called by Frontier. We'll take the break. Frontier by 15, 1:42 to play in regulation. It's Frontier 43, Millburry 28 on the Greenfield Savings Bank scoreboard. Steve Reno of Millburry has been there, he's had a long tenure. They're 0-5 in finals, including they lost 4 in a row in Division II from 08 to 11. They were kind of like the Buffalo Bills of girls high school basketball, and they're looking to get back to a final, but Frontier is right in their way. 15-point Red Hawk lead with 1:35 to play. Woolies back on the attack. Warren gets a pass. Horton's going to take a three. That shot is no good, and the ball got tipped out of bounds off the rebound. Modesto couldn't quite get her mitts on it. It'll go back to the Woolies.
Yeah, she had good position for the rebound, but as they battled, it went off on her.
Brielle Brothers inbounding on the baseline, gets the Horton, quick release three, and that shot is no good. Rebound to Harrington. She'll take it across herself. Steele was wide open, by the way, but wisely they pull it back to kill some clock. 1:15 to play in regulation. Frontier by 15.
3 on the shot clock still.
Hands back to Harrington. Coming down to the 1-minute mark. Frontier looking to make it back again. Right block. They feed the paint to Hayes. 9 to shoot. Under a minute to play now. Now down to 4 to shoot. Wendy Campbell gets it. Steele with 1 to shoot, puts it up, and it's no good. It's a shot clock violation, but they just burned, Sean, 35 key seconds.
Yeah, I'm okay with that, to be honest with you. Sky with a desperation three right at the buzzer, but.
And here comes the white towel from Millburry. A line change, 5 new players into the lineup for them.
And here come the Hawks as well.
And Line change for the Red Hawks as well. Schreiber, Rowan Wiley, they were out there earlier. Orell will go out there. Eva Campbell will go out there, and Sadie Nichols. And it's celebration time down below. The Red Hawks are going to go to championship weekend to take on South Hadley. With the basketball is Abby Donnelly. She was out there in the first half. Now backing it out is Summer Reganey. Hands it back. Girolamo. Donnelly is sealed off on the right side. A quick release three on the right side. That is no good. Bella Orell, the rebound, gets it to Eva Campbell. Rowan Riley will take it across. They can dribble out if they want. Down to 12 seconds left in the basketball game. It's Eva Campbell with it, and they're saying no shot. Sadie Nichols with the basketball. 3 seconds, 2, 1, it is over. The Frontier Red Hawks will play for a state championship in Laurel this weekend. 43-28 winners here tonight over the Millburry Woolies. And the Red Hawks are one more win away from a state championship. Big time celebration down below. Now the girls going through the handshake line. Frontier, not only victorious here, but in control right from the jump shot. A 10-0 lead early on, and they kept Millburry at arm's length the rest of the way.
Yeah, they really did. Again, 13-5 lead after the first quarter. Now, second quarter got a little dicey. They only scored 5 points, held Millburry to 7, so they had a 6-point lead at halftime. But as they've done an awful lot of times this season, the third quarter was Hawks. Outscored them 17-8, and really took this away then. They tied score 8-8 in the fourth, and the Hawks kind of cruised through those last few minutes as they celebrate over in front of the fan section.
Yep, they have the student section down there, and the girls are lining up for a Team Frodo in front of the student section as the Millburry crowd congratulating their girls on a fine season for them. But they're like a lot of teams, Sean. They gave the Frontier Red Hawks their best shot and fell short. In this case, 15 points short.
Yeah, and again, they kind of cruised through that fourth quarter. I'd like to have seen them use a little more shot clock in the early part of the fourth quarter, but the Hawks played their own game, and again, that's what they've been doing all season long. They wear you down, they tire you out. With their defense, I don't know how many times I saw a Millburry player run smack into a Harper Modesto screen, and that's gotta tire you out.
Yes.
You're gonna get sick and tired of that. And boy, I'll tell you what, the defense leading to enough offense. 43 points, not an awful lot for the Hawks compared to some of the games that they played this season, but only gave up 28 to a high-powered Millburry team. And
so when will the game be played? We have championship games at UMass Lowell, Songus Center at UMass Lowell, right near downtown Lowell. There will be games Friday night, pretty much all day on Saturday, and on Sunday. They will slot Frontier and South Hadley in there somewhere. That should get posted to MIAA.net tonight. Certainly tomorrow morning at the latest, but the word I heard from one of the tournament officials was that determination will be made this evening, and they'll post it as soon as they can, so we can make our broadcast plans. Sean, we're going back to Lowell. We had a good time at that arena a year ago, right?
I'll tell you, I wanted to ask you, now I know Pioneer back in the day, they won some consecutive titles. Have you broadcast back-to-back titles for our area, 2 different teams?
Not 2 different teams.
Yeah. So
I had the Pioneer boys back-to-back, 1996 and 1997.
Right.
And they made it back to a third final in 98, and they lost by 2 points to Weston.
Yeah.
So
I'll tell you, that was quite a run, the Pioneer boys. We had a blast with that, and we've seen an awful lot of the Hawks this season, but we've seen a little bit of South Hadley as well, so we know that that's not going to be a blowout one way. That could come down to a last second. Boy. That's going to be a I was a little nervous driving down here tonight, for the Red Hawks. I'm thinking, boy, geez, they got this far. They look so good. And, I didn't know an awful lot about Millburry, but on paper, they look pretty good. And I said, geez, I'd hate to see the girls go out tonight. And, boy, they weren't going to go out tonight. And now they're in line for a state final. After we saw the Pioneer boys do that last season, it would be absolutely amazing to bring home 2 state titles in back-to-back years.
So Millis at one time was the number 1 team in the state in girls D4, but Frontier kind of wrestled that ranking away from them, and eventually the Hawks got the number 1 seed. Number 2 Millis went down to number 3 South Hadley earlier this evening down in Worcester at Worcester State University, 59-49 the final there. So the Tigers win by 10, the Red Hawks win by 15, and they will play each other for all the marbles this weekend in Lowell. We'll take a timeout. We will wrap things up from West Springfield next. High school basketball on Bear Country 95.3. Defensively, wonderful performance by them. They held the Woolies, Sean, single digits all 4 quarters, no double-digit scores for Millburry. And once again, the stars shine bright tonight for Frontier in terms of Steele, Harrington, and Modesto. Modesto a little bit of a slow start, but really came on in that second half.
Yeah, Sky Steele with 9 in the first half, ends up with 16 in the game. Addie Harrington a little bit of a slow start to the game as well. 4 points in the first half, but scored 10 in the second to get to 14 points. And as you just mentioned, Harper, 2 points in the first half, but 4 in the third, 4 in the fourth. And Whitney Campbell threw in 3 points as well. And yeah, you take a look at the Frontier Red Hawks. They scored 13 in the first quarter, 17 in the third quarter. That's 30 of their points right there. They only gave up 28 points to Millburry on the night. A 5-point first quarter, a 7-point second quarter, an 8-point third quarter, and an 8-point fourth quarter. And as you mentioned, not a single double-digit scorer as well. It was Raina Horton leading the way with 8 points. Brielle Brothers ended up with 7. Sadie Warren threw down a couple of threes. She ended up with 6 points, and then we got Karen with 3, and then a bucket each for Nicoforo and Richard. So, again, just a super impressive defensive performance by the Hawks, and then able to take that defense and in many cases turn that around and make it instant offense. I'll tell you what, the Woolies played some pretty good D themselves. When they packed it in, like you said a couple of times, they were kind of daring the Hawks to try to shoot from the outside. They didn't take too many threes. They were trying to get it underneath, and for a while they weren't having a lot of success. Harper Modesto, again, finally in that third and fourth quarter, able to get some buckets underneath, but they were double-teaming her, making life hard for her in the first half.
So Frontier wins it again by a final score of 43-28, and we get set for Frontier South Hadley, part 3. Frontier with the victory earlier in the year on the road at South Hadley, and then in the Western Mass tournament, the PVIAC Class B semifinal in South Deerfield. It was South Hadley winning that one 62-60. Sky still had the ball late in the fourth quarter as the clock was running down. She put up a desperation shot from about 40 feet. It was well off the mark. And the Tigers came to town and got away with the victory. And now one more game to settle this whole thing.
Yeah, and again, the Hawks with a good start against South Hadley in that game. Led that thing 16-12 after one and outscored them 13-12 in the second to take a halftime lead of 5 points. But third quarter, which is usually the Hawks, that went the other way. South Hadley outscored them 20-15. And then in the fourth quarter, as you said, Cara Dean just went off. She had 11 points in that fourth quarter, and she really just kind of stole that game away from the Frontier Red Hawks. So again, two teams that know each other about as well as you're going to know the other team for a state final, and each team with 1 win. So I can't wait, just cannot wait.
All right, we will let you know, of course, at the radio station when that game will be played. As soon as it gets posted to MIAA.net, you will know as well. So go to MIAA.net, click Tournament Central, go to the brackets for Girls Division 4, and find out when that game will be. We know it'll be at the Songa Center at UMass Lowell over this weekend. All right, that will do it. Our coverage tonight here from West Springfield. Our final score one more time on the Greenfield Savings Bank scoreboard. The number 1 seeded Frontier Red Hawks, 43. The number 4 seed Millburry Woolies, 28. For Sean Hubert and for Dave Reno, I'm Jeff Terrell. Thanks a lot for joining us tonight, and have a great night in Bear Country.